Here's what solar marketing agencies are hiding from you. Welcome guys back to another video on the channel. My name is Ivan, and on this video, I'm gonna give you everything you need to know before you're working with a marketing agency. If you're on the verge right now, you know that you have a problem you need solving. You know that you're good at sales, but you need leads. So I'm gonna give you everything possible that you can ever expect when talking to a marketing agency. Why? Because our industry is flooded with people that shouldn't even be in business. And a lot of the times they keep these things from you simply because if they were to tell you them, you're probably not gonna end up doing business with them. And I believe that if marketing agencies were more honest with you about the possible outcome that you can be expecting from working with them, the world will be a lot better place. But without further ado, let's get right into it. The first thing they don't tell you is lead cost is not set in stone. Just the way the year is spread in 4 quadrants. You got Q1, Q2, 3, and 4. Every single one of these quarters has a different demand. And as you know, marketing on Facebook, YouTube, or any of the platforms out there is simply a real estate arbitrage of media buying on the platform. On Christmas, when everyone's shopping, when all the big e-commerce brands are spending most of their 80% of their budgets during Christmas, and you're trying to compete with them, of course your lead cost is going to be through the roof. But for example, if you try to do the same thing in March or February, right, your lead cost is going to be much different. Why? Because there's less media buying on the platform. And that's what happens, okay? So when you talk to a marketing agency or a lead provider and you ask them, how much is my lead cost gonna be? They feel pressure to give you a number. And I know this because I was in their shoes when I was starting out. I felt pressure to give people a number, otherwise they would run away. Now I do things way different. I actually tell people the truth. I've always refrained from lying to people. I've always refrained from not telling people the exact truth because that later on comes around to bite you in the butt. So for me, that was, hey, I cannot promise you an exact CPL because if I did, I would be straight up lying to you. And I don't want you to be disappointed 30 days later when things don't turn out the way I promised, the way I told you they were going to turn out. So what I do now is I say, hey, I don't know. I simply don't know what your lead cost is going to be. It may be anywhere from $30 to $50, right? But I don't know. I say to people, honestly, like, don't quote me on this because that is the truth. And it has nothing to do with you as a client. Even if it was my blood brother asking me for a favor or telling me to do this for him, I would not be able to come up with an answer. And even if I was running my own campaign, I don't know. We might turn ads on tomorrow and we get $20 a lead. And the following week, we get $35, $40 a lead, right? So I don't know, okay? There's a range, obviously, but you can never be 100% sure of what the CPL would be in that area. The second thing is that area does matter. A lot of companies will tell you, yeah, we can generate leads anywhere. And I used to be that guy. I used to tell people that we can generate leads everywhere. And it's true. It's still true today. I understand that sometimes the mathematics don't work out. If my lead cost is more than $50, $60 per lead, especially if I'm selling over the phone, paying out commission to salespeople, things like that, I know the math are probably not going to make sense for me. And even if they do, I would prefer to pay much less and have a lot more profit margin on a deal than be like stingy when I'm paying my sales guys or stingy when it comes to reinvesting money back into ads. Like, I want to know that I'm in the green by a lot. And so area does matter. So now when people come to me and they tell me, hey, Van, I've got these 3 zip codes. I'm like, what do you want me to do with these 3 zip codes, bro? I can't promise you that we can get leads. I just want you to understand when you give someone, doesn't matter if it's me, doesn't matter if it's Mark Zuckerberg, it doesn't matter, okay? You give someone a very specific targeting area. And even if you think that area is jam-packed with people, there's a lot of population in that county, city, or what have you, because you're being selective. The platforms do not like that because there's a lot more demand in that area. When you choose to target a specific area, your lead cost goes up by a lot. Your lead cost goes up by default. So what I want you to keep in mind is that area does matter. And most people that are watching this, are most likely going to be people who sell the systems, not the ones who install them. So you could focus on a larger territory to get a much cheaper cost per lead overall. And that's going to work out a lot better for you financially. I can guarantee you that. And that's something that marketing agencies won't tell you. They'll just agree with you on everything that you want as a client because, again, they don't want to lose you and they don't want you to run away with someone else. Number 3, and this is by far, I believe, the biggest lie in our industry. Hey man, just wait a little bit longer. Just wait a little bit long. It's gonna take like a month. Just in the second month, like results definitely improve. This is the biggest bull that you can ever be sold in a call with a marketing agency. Do not buy that bull because it's not true. The reality is that you don't need a month. You don't need 2 months. You don't need 3 months. Okay. I've heard crazy stories where marketing agencies were telling my client that they need 3 months in order to make their marketing campaign working. And I'm just like, bro, you realize what you bought into, right? That is not the case. So what you need to know is this is very, very simple. If you're running ads on any platform, if the ads are not working out straight away, the likelihood of an ad working out, meaning it doesn't go from being super bad, like shitty, to gold. It never does that. It can go from gold or very good results to shitty, but it's not going to be the other way around. And I tell people this, listen, if an ad is working, if a campaign is working, it should work right away. Like literally right away. When people ask me, how long after I pay you do I start getting leads? I'm like, bro, you start getting leads as soon as we set you up in the first 24 hours. If you don't start getting leads, then that means there's something wrong. Like there's something wrong with the campaign. There's something wrong with the targeting. Like there is something going on. It is not right. And sometimes that might be because someone have missed something out when they were setting up the campaign, whatever. But usually in a normal setting environment where you're placing an ad, you're running a campaign on Facebook, on YouTube, you should start getting feedback immediately. You should start getting leads immediately if the campaign is already working. And of course, when people come to us, like we already give them shit that works. I don't try to experiment with their money because most of the time is a very, very insignificant amount in comparison to what we've already spent on these platforms. So we don't need to test any longer. We put every single dollar to use. And so with that being said, I highly encourage you to learn how to do this process yourself. It is not as difficult as you think it is. You can check the first link down in the description below to check out what we have. We came out with an insane product where we leave no stone unturned and we show you exactly how to go from not knowing how to generate a single lead online to becoming a solar lead generation pro. I love you all. If you have any questions, post it down in the comments below and I look forward to seeing you again in the next video.